Your lack of focus is killing your dreams. And I'm not exaggerating because honestly, focus is the one thing that decides whether you will actually achieve what you want or if you will spend years riding in circles, busy, but not really moving forward. And let me give you a quick example from my own life. I'm from Argentina, my native language is Spanish, and I managed to learn English completely on my own. I didn't have teachers, I didn't live abroad, I didn't use um, magic tricks, and still people ask me how did I do it. They expect some secret technique, but honestly the real answer is focus. I wasn't smarter, I didn't have more resources. I just decided, this is my this is my priority. This is the one thing I'm going to master, and because I gave it that level of focus, it worked. But here's the thing, most people want 10 things at once. They say, okay, I want to learn English, I want to start a business, I want to go to the gym, I want to read more, I want to wake up early. And, they want all of this in the same week. And, they start a little bit of everything and then they drop it after a few days because it's overwhelming. And that's not really lack of motivation, but that's a lack of focus. So let's break this down. I want to share with you four simple truths about I'm sorry, that can actually change the way you approach anything in your life. So number one is clarity beats motivation. Most people think they need motivation. They wait for the perfect day, the perfect mood, and they expect like some kind of inspiration. But the truth is, if you are crystal clear on what you want and why you want it, you don't need motivation. You need direction. And for me, when I was learning English, I didn't just want to be understood. I wanted to sound like a native, I wanted to communicate like a native. And that clarity gave me a target, and motivation came and went, but clarity stayed. Number two is distraction is more dangerous than failure. Failure is not what ruins your progress. Distraction is because failure at least, teaches you something. You learn, you adjust. But distraction just eats your time quietly. Think about how much time we waste scrolling, switching from one idea to another, starting and abandoning projects. It's like trying to run a marathon while constantly stopping, to tie your shoes. Because if you want results, you have to protect your focus like it's your most valuable resource because it actually is. Number three is small focus, big results. You know, People think that focus means, I don't know, working 12 hours a day. And that's not truth. Focus is about depth, not time. Even one focus hour is more powerful than 10 hours of half distracted effort. When I was learning English, I would spend 1 hour listening with complete attention, no phone, no multitasking, and that single hour of real focus gave me more progress than, I don't know, an entire week of background listening. So you don't have to underestimate a small but consistent focus. Number four is focus is a muscle. You don't magically become someone who can focus for hours. You have to train it. It's like going to the gym. At first maybe you can only stay focused for, I don't know, 20 minutes, and that's okay. And the next week it'll be 30 and then 40. And over time your ability to go deep increases. And this applies to anything that you want to master, whether it's languages, business, fitness, writing, whatever. Now, here's the big truth: lack of focus is killing your dreams, not because you're incapable, but because your energy is spread too thin. You don't have infinite time, you don't have infinite energy. And if you keep scattering, across 20 things, none of them will grow. But if you decide, okay, for the next 6 months, this is my thing, this is what I'm putting my focus on, you'll be shocked at what happens. 6 months of focused effort can look like 5 years of distracted effort. So let me leave you with this challenge. I want you to pick one thing, not 10, but one. The one that really matters to you right now, and give it your focus. Protect it, train it, and watch what happens. Because dreams don't really die, because they are impossible. They die because we get distracted. And if you fix your focus, you'll fix your results. So yeah, that's it, guys. If there's one thing I want you to take from this video, it's this. Your dreams don't need more talent or more luck. They need more focus. So choose, like I said before, choose one thing, give it your full attention, and stick with it. 6 months from now, you'll thank yourself. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you feel like it gave you some value, consider subscribing. It helps me reach more people like you, and I'll keep sharing everything I've learned along the way. So yeah, let me know in the comments what's the one thing you're going to focus on for the rest of this year, and I would love to hear it.